Bum, 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 bum. Boom, boom, boom. This is what happens when you watch all these shows every week. It's just what your brain sounds like. Yeah, there you go. What's up? How's everybody doing? I'm here, starting with some sick beats. I don't know, man. I'm going completely nuts. Oh, man. I thought after yesterday talking about She-Hulk on the Faps, I thought, you know what? I need more. Well, lucky for me, new She-Hulk came out today. So that is very exciting. And I watched it. So, yeah. That's the thing. Only me today. Meme is not available this week. He is on the road. But he already said he would like to come back next week. So we'll have LeMay back on the show to react to the show without him knowing what the show is doing. That's like a random thing that just happened, and I think it's pretty funny. I like it. So yeah, he said he wants to be back next week, and I happily oblige because these are way more fun with two people for sure. But now I have some Dr. Pepper ASMR. Oh, that was a good opening. That was a good can opening. Delicious. Good old Dr. Pooper. Oh man, that was a good one. Damn. Yeah, that was way better than I even expected. The Dr. Pepper cans are mostly pretty good with that, but this one was especially well splurged. I don't know, man. I'm just going through the motions. Just doing my day-to-day stuff and then starting to dread the more I get closer to Thursdays, because this is where the sludge train comes back up. And yeah, if you're not aware, or if you just forgot like I did, Andor is starting next week on Wednesday, and they start by releasing 3 episodes at once. Why? Why did they release 3 episodes in the beginning? I don't know why. I'm very confused by this. I feel like Disney is on acid or something. It's really weird. So there's 3 episodes of Andor next week. Yeah, I actually don't know how this one is going to go, because we will be recording those Andor EFAPs for sure, but I don't know when that is. So I kind of do want to cover Andor on the Forges, but I don't know when I'll be able to do so, because I don't want to pre-watch it before we watch it for the EFAPs, you know, because I want the virgin experience, you know, just makes it more fun that way. So still need to figure that out, but that's no problem. There's still 4-5 weeks of She-Hulk and Rings of Power going on, so it's not like I'm short on content or anything. Yeah. So you love the episode, I see. It's awesome. It's probably the least cringeworthy episode so far, and probably one of the most like the least eventful almost. Yeah, probably was the least eventful one. There was like one episode where they did their little format and then we're done. Yeah, not a lot happens in that one. It's not as bad as episode 4, that's for sure, because we're not fucking around with any with any lore and stuff. It's weird. It's I don't know. It's a meh episode. It's a very meh episode, but has probably the best courtroom scene so far. It's not very good, but it hits the baselines. Shut up, Amazon. I don't care. You send out my thing. Yeah, get wrecked, Amazon. Take that. Did you see how I mentioned Abomination would be in a military prison and Jen would be so inept to get him out of that? Oh. Yeah, no, I didn't see the message. I think I saw you messaging me and then I didn't read it and clicked it away because I'm a dumbass. But yeah, that's a good point. He wasn't in the military, so he probably had to go through a military prison, military court. Is there a special term for that, for military court, military judgments, whatever? There's probably a proper word for it that I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. Single female lawyer fighting for a client. Separately. Military court. Yeah, there you go. The show should have been was Law and Order MCU. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it yesterday. There's so much things you could do on like a basic level. I mean, I like the very simple example that Fringy gave, which is like someone with superpowers, with like Captain America superpowers, killed someone while defending himself. And then you can make a case out of that, and you could have all these interesting things to do. But we're not doing that. Every time things could get interesting, we just make a skit out of it. 'Cause that's all we do. Yeah, I saw some people in Discord had fun, apparently in like other Discords, discussing the show. And I saw like some things where people said, oh, I don't know anything about law, but it doesn't. It's not a critical flaw if it doesn't match up or something. I don't know. So it sounded pretty consumer to me, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know which Discord it was, where they came from, but it doesn't matter. But it's just let us enjoy things. It's that kind of thing, I feel like. But yeah, you know how it is. I'm just dropping my pen this whole time because I'm spinnerooning it in my hands because I'm crazy. Too busy catching up on your thoughts about episode 2, 3, 4, and to care about your thoughts on episode 5. That's fine. Go watch them. They're all there. Technical question: doesn't Fringy's audio sound as bad for you as guys as it does for us in the audience? Lots of room echo, and his voice goes robotism when someone else talks. I did notice the robotisms for pretty hardcore yesterday. I don't know. Sometimes Discord does that weird thing. But yeah, sometimes when Fringy is on, doing the streams, I think the screen he uses to play the game is like somewhere else from his microphone. Because when I'm doing streams and play a game, like I just use this screen in front of me, so there's no difference in audio quality is the word I was looking for. But yeah, I know what you mean. It still sounds clear enough, I'd say. But yeah, I did notice the room echo. I can tell him about that, so I can look out for that next time. Because, yeah, I know what you mean. For sure. Shield drawing out consumers. Nonsense. Wow. Ah, man. So much streaming going on in the last almost 2 weeks now. I think only on Tuesday I didn't stream at all. Because I basically streamed all of last week, if I'm not mistaken. Played a lot of Lundra. That was fun. That's fun stuff. It's weirdly fun and really frustrating at the same time. Because sometimes there's a bunch of platforming in that game, and sometimes the angles, the way they do the angles or depth perception in the game can be kind of flumpy. So it's kind of hard to tell where you actually have to jump off. So if you want to see me struggle with that kind of stuff, go over to the archive channel on the YouTube. Links are all down below. if you want to see me struggle and kind of be frustrated with that, go check that out. It was good fun for the audience for sure. We also did a Gartic phone randomly on Saturday because, I mean, I don't like to brag, but I started streaming before Ep.5 and ended after Ep.5. I did 10 hours of streaming on Saturday. Just to oppose the fap. But yeah, we got a bunch of people on there. Did like 2 hours of Gartic phone. Swolpool was there, and a bunch of other people. Riza was there. I think Goger was there at some point. I think we were like a full 10 in the Discord. I would need to check, but yeah, it was good fun. It's good fun. I just started streaming. I was like, you know what? I don't have anything else to do today. I'm just gonna stream, have some Drinkelheimers, and then at some point, some people joined the call, and I was like, you know what? Let's play some goddamn Gartic phone. Just to spite the other people because they didn't invite me last time. Well, to be fair, I invited them to this one, but they were already in bed, so I kind of made that up. Anyway, Moodle the long boy. I did a very long boy. Yeah, I still need to make a thumbnail for that Gartic phone one, but the all the streams from last week are already scheduled to go out. Actually, can't check right now which one's out last. Actually, I can. I am a liar. Let me see. So it's number 5 that went out just 40 minutes ago. I think there's one more after this. So I need to do the Gartic phone one. So that's doing a thing. Yeah. I've been doing a pretty bad job keeping up with the uploads of the archives. What channel are the archives on? If you look down the description, there's a linkage there, but I can grab it well as soon as I find the correct window that has the links in it. It's just a channel called Metalcommander, which I'm actually kind of thinking about changing around the names so that maybe this one is called Metalcommander and the other one is called Metal. I know, I feel like if people search for me, they look for Metalcommander and they probably find the archive channel. Because if you search for Metal, you just find all kinds of stuff before you find my stuff. If you look for Metal's Forge, you find my stuff immediately, so that's good. So I'm either going to change around Metalcommander to this one, maybe, and then the other one, Metal, or yeah, Metal's Archive or something. Still not entirely sure. Stream Archive, here you go. I wanted to put the link in Chatteroonie. Hang on a second. There you go. That's the archive channel. This is where you find all my Twitch streams. I upload them there. So if you can't catch them live or don't like watching on Twitch, you can just check them all out there. They all go up there. There's a shit ton of VODs there. Sometimes randomly with Mupshly in them, with Fringy, all 3 of us, Rags. There's like all kinds of wacko guests in there. There might even be still, I think the one with Sargon is in there somewhere as well, where we play Left 4 Dead. Because I was playing stuff with Mupshly and then he just invited him while I was streaming. That was funny. Because he didn't know I was streaming and was like, oh, by the way, Metal is streaming. It's like, oh, okay. So that's just how this goes sometimes. Because it's just a hangout place. It's just really chill. I mean, we talk about movies, talk about Coom, talk about nonsense. Yeah, it's just a hangout place. It's fun stuff. Video channel on this channel, it's channel section for ease of clicking. That is a good idea, actually. I haven't done that at all. So there you go. Good shout, good shout. Coom, count me in. Hell yeah. All kinds of Coomies. What else is going on? Right, so yeah, obviously Rings of Power and She-Hulk, I actually noticed today, they both end in the same week. So in the middle of October, we get the Rings of Power and She-Hulk finale back to back. So yeah, the 13th and 14th is when the sludge arc is over-ish. Because, as I said, next week Andor is going to start, so that's probably going to take over. But I still have to figure out how to cover these, because I do want to cover them after we cover them for the EFAP minis or movies or whatever the format we actually is going to choose. So yeah, need to start figuring that out, because there's only a couple of weeks left on that one. The Star Trek podcast with Jay, that's gonna happen again. We will cover 4 more episodes this Sunday. Jay is back from the illness and from having visitors at home. So we figured we do 4 more episodes on Sunday. That's this Sunday, which is a date that I can't think of. It was like the 19th, the 18th. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be here on Saturday. And yeah, we're gonna do more Star Trek stuff then. I'm still figuring out a date with Rags where we watched a movie he wanted to watch with me in the Forge for a while now, but he was just busy with other stuff, so that's just been moved. I wonder if I do. Man, I might be doing like triple Forge in some week. Let me see. Is Rags gonna ruin metal? I hope not. We're just gonna talk about a movie. Maybe in the next 2 weeks or so. I still need to ask him. He didn't really tell me which date he wants to do. Yeah. Other than that, more Alundra streams. I actually need to stream more of that so I can finish that before October. And I also need to do a little trip to Cologne again and see if I can get my hands on Silent Hill 2. Because I do want to do spooky streams with spooky games. I already have Silent Hill 1 in my drawer with all my other gamer-roonies. So October streams are definitely going to pop off with Silent Hill 1. And if I'm able to get my hands on Silent Hill 2, I shall stream that as well. Unless there's so much streamage happening. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots to do in October. Gonna do some kind of stream with Mutually, like we do every time in October. Because the good old super massive games, I think they were called. They probably give us another gem to play through. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of recording and/or EFAPs, my forges. It's packed. October is jam packed. I'm basically gonna be at home all October. I pretty much blocked all of October just for online stuff this time. Especially considering I'm doing my own stuff now as well this year. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I need to do some spooky movies as well for the Forge. God damn, I don't know when to do that. Probably just in the second half of... Yeah, in the second half of October, I need to do some spooky-tisms. Maybe, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I haven't really thought about it yet. I just start doing it. It's only 2 weeks away. So yeah. Heaps of content getting created, coming your way. Yeah. Good things are coming. It's gonna be good fun. I've been quite enjoying this whole doing media criticism stuff this last year. I mean, I've been doing this now this is the 46th episode. Yeah, we're nearing 50 episodes. So I did one I did one episode each week, and now I'm already doing more because there's so much to cover already. I think I started in December was the first Forge episode. Let me have a look-see. I probably can't even do anything specific on 50. I need to do like a late anniversary stream at some point. Just get some people on and just floomp around. Do some shenanigans, if you will. Because the first one was Dune. And that was November, actually. Oh, yeah. Nearing the 1 year anniversary of the Forge already. Jesus Christ. It feels like I only started this like, I don't know, a week ago. Yeah, and I meant to work more on the John Wick video, but I don't know, it's just not happening at the moment. Which is kind of sad, because the next part I'm gonna be doing in my script is the big old shootout after he kills Jana. De Antonio. For some reason I want to say Del Toro, but that's an actor name, right? Whatever. Yeah, that's a big chunk too. If I get that out of the way, that's like a huge chunk of movie out of the way. But yeah, I'll get there eventually. Just too much sludge. I have to figure out, maybe next week I have to tightly pack my week. Wait, it's September, not August. What is going on except work? It's actually Meme's birthday next week. Oh boy. Oh, he's probably gonna do something. I asked him if he wants to do something, but he never really specified what he's gonna do. Maybe he's doing some Gartic phone shenanigans. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I'll just make like an anniversary stream at some point, just with some games. I don't know. I have to think about this. But yeah, I think I've been going on for long enough with random stuff. I think I can't dodge it anymore. It's time to get into that She-Hulk episode. Or the Shulk episode, just to trigger all the Xenoblade fans. Which I completely forgot about that character being a thing. I think I think last week when I tweeted something with Shulk, people were like, no, stop calling her that. You're pooping on that character. Yeah, fun stuff. No one blames you for stalling. Yeah, I mean, this episode wasn't even that bad. It was just kind of... I mean, it's not an absolute catastrophe than episode 4. This one is just... I don't know, this just happens, I guess. It's a pretty basic bad episode. Oh, look at that. Marvel Studios. So... I guess I'm just going straight in. Let me make sure there's no sound. Right. So, episode 5. You get a little blurb of Titania shilling her stuff in the tellies, the television, internets, the websites, all that stuff. But yeah, as we have been shown in the last episode, Titania, or Titania's company, has now trademarked the name She-Hulk, and they're running advertisements and all that good stuff. They're selling products with the name She-Hulk by Titania on it. Titania, Jesus Christ, easy for me to say. There's like billboards and everything, so they're already in full force at getting that stuff out to people. And yeah, just a reminder, she somehow has been cleared of all charges from what she did in the first episode, which is absolute dog shit. I have no idea how that's even possible. But they just say that happened, so now it happened. Just consume, I guess. I don't know, it's just stupid. There's no way she has been cleared of all the charges, but we don't care about law in this law show. What are we talking about? Anyway, Jennifer is hearing all those ads. SpongeBob isn't really annoyed, and she chills at home. And then Chad comes back in. He's just barging in. He's like, "Hey, I got all these products. People love She-Hulk. You'd sign those for me." I'm just helping your venture, your business venture. He's not realizing. He's not realizing that this product is actually not hers. It's from this Titania person. And she tells her that Titania was the one who trademarked her name before she could, and yeah. And then Chad sits down and explains to her how trademarks works. Like, if she does before you, you can use the name, and she just yells into a cushion. And yeah, it's set up. Titania is using all this stuff with her name on it to sell it. But it's kind of funny because now I have to assume that every well-known superhero and maybe even super villain has their name trademarked, maybe. Unless they're like Thor or Doctor Strange, right? But yeah, it's just like, man, I guess that's something you need to take care of when you got a pseudo name as a superhero, or maybe even supervillain. I don't know. No. It's like, does the U.S. military or the government have the trademark for Captain America? Is that a thing they bought? Does this I guess Stark Industries still exists, and they have the trademark for Iron Man, which is funny because later on this episode they're gonna tell us that the new Iron Man 3 sneakers are gonna drop. So I guess Stark Industries is gonna make money from that. See, Show, you made me aware of this. Now I have to think about this. Like, who owns the rights to Infinity Cones from Thor: Love and Thunder? Which fucking lunatic bought the rights so they could make an ice cream shop that's called Infinity Cones with the Infinity Gauntlet on it? Ugh. God, makes me shiver. I can't believe they did that. They thought it would be such a funny Easter egg without thinking about what it means. God damn. They just don't give a shit. Anyway, we can now see that Nikki and Jennifer, they go to like a meet and greet that Titania does. And they just barge in. Jennifer wants to stand in line, but Nikki is like, nah, we're just gonna go in. And no one stops them, even though there's someone in front of the door who has a list, but they just go in because they don't care, I guess. And they see all these products. It's like, oh, this is Venom lip oil because it's green or something, I don't know. And Jennifer says, they're selling literal snake oil or something. Point being, Jennifer is annoyed that she uses her name for all these products. And then they see Titania doing a little meet and greet there, and they go up to her and she says, you need to stop this. This is stupid. Why would you do this? And then Titania just says, Lamau, get over it. Name is mine. Which Jennifer should be well aware of because, she's a lawyer and she should know how this trademark stuff works. So I don't even know what her plan was here. Because next thing that happens is like some fan of Titania goes like, oh, can you do a picture? Okay, fine, but only this one picture. And then the scene ends. And we're back in the office. What's the point of that? They go in there, hey, stop using my name, like really aggressively. This is bullshit. And Tanya just says like, well, basically just says, well, I have the trademark, get over it. Get fucked. It's like, yeah? Yeah? Yeah, get fucked, basically. Unless you have something else to show for, you just can get fucked. Because you just went in there aggressively. She's like, you stop that right now. And she's like, no, fuck off. Oh, yeah, they go to the office. And I don't know, I guess it's the next day. Who cares? Time is weird in here, in the show. And Jennifer is complaining about the situation, saying, oh, this is egregious. And Nikki points out, well, it's fine. You didn't like the name anyway, so there's no problem, right? Which is, why would she even say that? We just saw you going to the meet and greet with her and saw that Jennifer was very annoyed by this. you saw her reaction. Why are you even asking this? Obviously, she knows that she doesn't not care. Just kind of teasing her with it, I guess, is the idea. But the way she starts that conversation is like, so you don't care, right? It's like, yeah, I don't care. It's like, I'm still Jen. She-Hulk is just a thing that happened to me, but she does mention that there are positives. Well, if we're being honest, there's only positives because she gets all these powers and keeps her own mind. And according to herself, she has better hair and looks better and everything. But hey, there's some positives, I guess. Just some. Oh yeah, some positive. The nice hair and being able to use headphones at night when you walk without being afraid. It's like, all right then. And then she still pretends she doesn't care about it, but clearly still cares and crushes a stapler in her hand without noticing. So yeah, there you go. She's annoyed. She's still annoyed. Then Nikki sits at her desk. She looks at Titania's website, wondering why everything is so expensive. She's like, "Oh yeah, because she's smart and rich, and I'm broke." It's like, "Oh, okay." Then Puck comes around, and is like, "Hey, yo, I need a favor." I was like, "Hey, what you need?" Also, she has like this thing. "Oh yeah, you know how favors work. I'll get it back with another favor with interest." Like, okay. He was like, "Let us wait in line together. Can you wait with me in line together? There's like a new shoe that drops, the new Iron Man 3s, I think it was. And he needs her to go with him so he can get 2 pairs of those shoes. So he can wear one of them and one to collect. Which is like a thing people do. They collect sneakers and have like these whole walls with sneakers. And most of these drops you can only get 1 pair, so you need someone else to go with you. So it's like, I definitely want this 1 pair for myself. So yeah, I think she says like something like, so you buy shoes that you just put on a wall and not look at them. He's like, yeah. And then she says, I respect that. I don't think she does. It's like a weird thing where they shit on people who collect sneakers, I guess. I mean, it's not a thing I would do, but I don't care if people do. I think it's silly that those sneakers get so expensive. But it's that's like my thing is like it's fine if you want to do I collect video games over there. It's fine. And yeah, but it's all right. It's nothing even that crazy. Like a lot of popular rich people do it. It's like a super mainstream thing that happens these days. So I don't know. Maybe they were just trying to point out how weird it is, which, I mean, yeah, but it's not done in a very clever way. I don't know. It was just a weird little nudge, I think. Anyway, it all comes down to Puck saying, "Oh yeah, I got this contact. He can get like all this crazy fashion stuff. He can get his hands anything fashion wise." And then Nikki asks, "Oh, would he be able to get superhuman sized clothing?" And Puck tells her he totally can, and she puts in her favor right now because she wants to go and meet that person so she can get superhuman sized clothing. So you know there's like normal tailors, right, that do custom sized stuff you can just go to. You don't need to go to like the super special super person. Because at this point she just wants, at least she doesn't, how do I put this? At this point for us it's just, oh, you want clothing for her, just go to a tailor. Later on makes more sense because they go to the superhuman tailor person, because she then decides like, oh, I need stuff that fits her normal size and the superhuman size. Like, okay, I get it now. But at this point, it's like, okay, just go to a normal tailor then. She-Hulk is just bigger and maybe more muscular, but other than that, she has like normal humanoid features, you know? Just get a custom fit suit. Shouldn't be that big of a deal, right? It's weird. They released merge of fallen superheroes who died not too long ago. Yeah. I know you don't date women, but they buy a lot of shoes. What does that mean? Just pretend like I don't know any women at all, James. What are you trying to shit on me right now? Are you being a cheeky little boy? Are you being a little dick splash right now? I haven't said dick splash in a while. Yeah, the drip broker. Tailors don't exist. Oh, I didn't know it was like a specific thing. Where did Hulk his giant hoodies and t-shirts from? Well, he probably just went to a fucking tailor. Saying women shouldn't wear clothes with misogynisms. Yes. Dick squash. You. Oh, God. But yeah. Tailor t-shirts. Yeah. I need a big t-shirt. Maybe Hulk just goes to the big boy store. Like the 15XL shirts. It'd be funny if you would work in a store and Hulk just goes and it's like, "Do you have my size?" Like, I don't know. let's try it. I don't know. Would be a good joke for the show. Men collect shoes too, just as much, even more than women. Yeah, they do sometimes, for sure. I mean, I'm a 2-pair shoes kind of guy. I have very little shoes. I wear them until they fall off my feet, and then I buy new ones. I'm very, very simple like that. I'm like shoes is completely utility for me. Let's see. Oh yeah, so now they leave to the Hugs a connoisseur of spandex, remember? True. Do you use shoehorns? I think a thing you didn't know existed until recently. I think I still have one. If I use them mostly only in the beginning when the shoes are the shoes are new and they're still a bit tight. But not often. I should still have one though, yeah. Utility shoes all the way. Well, I'm not wearing utility shoes. I just see them as a utility. If I buy shoes, I wear them. But yeah. Few pairs were ready. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I'm just very simple that way. Maybe too simple. 12 hoodies. 10 of them are black. Minimum of 5 pairs, because I now have 3 at most, unless they collect them. Yeah. Right. Let's do this shit. So, oh yeah, hang on. I almost skipped over this. So there's like a little fourth wall break again, where Jen is looking at Titania's Facebook page or Instagram, just fourth wall breaks. It's like, I'm over it. I swear. I'm over, really. It's like, okay, if you say so, I'll take your word, Kappa. Oh man. So they go to the with they I mean Nikki and Pug go to like one of those boba cafe thingies. Is it called boba? Buba? They how did they write it here? Hang on. I think it's boba. Yeah, but for some reason they type it Beau and then ba. It's like this bubble tea stuff. I didn't know you write. Do you write it like that, or it's just them being fancy for some reason? No, not boober. Unfortunately, not boober. It's boba. Boba Fett. Here, look at this. They write like this. Trying to be fancy. Okay, because that confused me just now. I just saw that. Yeah. Haven't had any boba that I liked so far. I need to try more of them. I feel like could be some that I like, but I think I tried like some basic ones and I didn't really like them. Yeah, I said you're gay. How dare you? I do not have the gay. Oh man. Not just because a lot of wear and tear from training. I mean, yeah, of course. Thai boba with full sweetener. Beyond Bo means guy I like in Southern American English. Okay. All right. So yeah, they stop in there, and Pug's like, this is like a front store, and there's like a superhero thingy in the back. At this point, you don't know anything about this. You think it's just a normal tailor, and I was immediately like, why do they need a storefront if they just sell clothing? But we get to learn in a bit that he's even does like weaponized stuff and whatever the things are. So yeah, Pug asks for Alonso, the Drip King, because he's the one making superhero stuff. And then just get a little back and forth between the guy and Pug and the other ones. And at some point, Nikki says, "We are not cops" in Chinese. And the guy says, "Was that Chinese? I'm not Chinese, by the way." It's like, oh no, I offended him. That's what she says. But somehow they convince him, and they go in the back, and he opens a little little cupboard, and there's like counterfeit superhero clothing. And there's one thing that actually made me a little bit giggle, because she looks at it and says like, wait, that's not even real. That's Avengers. It's like with an O. And then the guy says, oh, you rather want Avengers? It's like with an I. Like maybe a little giggle. I didn't expect that he has like different counterfeit Avengers merch going on. That you know what? I did a little giggle. I did a little giggle. You did it. You got your second giggle from me, show. Good job. You did it. Something that this should have been addressed at least since I was... Wait, what are you guys talking about? What would be more exciting for MCU fans? She-Hulk doing her law stuff and dealing with IP in the MCU, or buying a suit? I mean, buying a suit is very exciting. Especially because we don't even get to see the suit in the end. This is the big thing. She hands him over, she goes to try it on, and then the episode ends. So yeah, that was kind of weird. A J-level joke. A joke, nevertheless. Yeah. So they just go around, and Nikki says, "Nah, we want superhero custom clothing. I don't want any of that shenanigans." And the Boba Cafe guy is like, "Well, Alonso's super exclusive." So they both agree to buy a bunch of that Avondra's counterfeit stuff, and that somehow grants them entry to the back rooms of this thing. And they're like in front of a big door, and they Oh yeah, they look like this now. By the way, they put on. Oh god damn it, that was the overlay. They put on the things. It's really funny. So they bought it and put it on the Avengers. And I don't know what to say. I wish I had more to say, but this episode is kind of straightforward in most ways. It doesn't even break anything crazy. It's just a very meh episode overall. So yeah, they ring the bell and they're like, no, we here, blah blah blah. We want the thing, and the guy's like, only with referral. And then Nikki says, Titania referred us. And he's like, I could see you shrug. I know you're lying. And then they both say that the client is one of the top tier Avengers. And for some reason he believes them. And it's like, okay, you get an appointment for 15 minutes. And then they dance because they're happy they got the appointment, and then they leave. So now they got the appointment for She-Hulk to get a suit. I don't know. I legit don't know who finds that funny. I can't figure it out. I just can't see anyone going this like, oh, these guys. They're so hilarious. Look at how crazy they are. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. It's just not funny. It's just not fucking funny. So yeah. At this point, you still think, like, does he have like some crazy shit? Why does he need a cover-up shop to sell superhero clothing? No clue, but as we later learn, he does like all kinds of crazy shenanigans. So now we go back to the office where She-Hulk is sitting in Holloway's office, and he was like, so on my way to work today, I saw a booty booster, yes, booty booster thingy with the She-Hulk name on it. Why is that? And Jen says, oh, that's not me. That's like this other slightly superhuman called Titania. She just kind of got the name before I could. She trademarked it. And Holloway just says, yeah, none of that concerns me, really. We have you as a face of the law division, and we're now in a frivolous lawsuit situation, and no one hires a firm that can't handle its own messes. It's like, oh. Also, in case the booty booster thing is something Titania sells. It's like a booty booster juice. With She-Hulk by Titania. And it's like, it's interesting to think about because they wanted She-Hulk specifically for her name and looks and everything. So they didn't make sure anyone else would be able to use the name either. Because this law firm had very good reason to make sure that wouldn't happen, and probably should have checked in with Jen. It's like, hey, did you trademark your name? And she were like, no. And some random people gave me that. Why would I do that? So yeah, I guess the law firm fucked up here. They didn't check if She-Hulk is up for grabs still. They would probably be very interested for advertising and everything, that no one else can use the She-Hulk name. But I guess they fucked that up. So Jen says she will fix this, and he says, no, you won't. And I was like, damn, did you realize she's a shitty lawyer? But then we finally see Mallory Book again. You remember her from episode 2 or 3? I forgot. So yeah, we see her in action. She's gonna get represented by Mallory Book. And she makes it clear that they won't be colleagues in this case. They will be client and lawyer. Otherwise, this won't work. And then she tells her, it's like, it was very smart of you to not represent yourself. At least you got these basics down. And I was like, oh no, she was made to do that. She was made to do that. She wanted to fix it herself. But Holloway was like, fuck no. So yeah, she's the competent lawyer in this division apparently, because I was, you know what? From what I've seen so far, what these people do in their work, she was the most competent one yet. But we'll get there when we get there. So she just goes like, okay, now that we settle this, like, so why did you never trademark your own synonym? And just say, well, no, thought about it. And also, did Thor or Doctor Strange had to trademark their name? And then Mallory says, you just used two examples where people used their real name. And she looks in the camera, kind of. And I'm like, God damn! That was savage, but you're also right. More, can we have her in the show? She seems smart. I like her. She seems very competent. So yeah, I don't think I need to add anything to that. That just spoke for itself. And then Mallory shows her a somewhat silly picture of Titania with her, like a weird costume on. It's like, is that the person that legally outmaneuvered you? I was like, Jesus, you're fucking crushing her. He's getting fucking destroyed. And she just says, oh, yeah, that was her. So yeah, that made me laugh, but not because it was I mean, I guess it's technically a joke, but I was like, I just liked her getting absolutely destroyed by Mallory. I like her. She's probably my favorite character so far. Stop! She's already dead. She is. So yeah, Mallory says that they have to counter-sue and have to establish that the name was already used in a professional way before the trademark date, and they're just profiting of name value that has already been established in the marketplace. And she then also tells Jen that she has to dress like someone who respects themselves and not like a football player pleading no content in the contest in the DUI. Absolutely thrashing her again. Then she yells at Nikki, get over here. It's like, oh, what's up? It's like, you look like you take care of your clothing. How about you help Jen with clothing? And Nick's like, I'm already into all that. I got the guy for superhero clothing. And Jen's like, no, I'm good. I don't think I need it. And they both say, yeah, you need it. And she goes like, oh, okay. So my only question is, will we get a memory store scene? I hope so. I think that's missing from the show. I think that is missing from the show. So yeah, now that Jennifer got absolutely destroyed, we go to the courtroom. Please don't ask me how much time has passed. The way they presented, it seems like all these things could happen at the same day or one day after another. They probably kind of want to keep in mind that these court trial thingies often go weeks, months, depending on how much shit is going on. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe those kind of things go really quickly, but damn. I heard of lower tier stuff being pushed way back, where you start the lawsuit and then it takes like a year to actually happen. Ooh. I bet the writers hate how much viewers enjoy watching someone dunk on their self-insert character. Yeah. The fact that this show ignores tailors angers me so much. It can go from 10 minutes to several months. Yeah, that's what I thought. Would take months at least. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I'm not talking nonsense here, because I have absolutely no clue about the law. But that's just from things I just get from watching from the outside in of cases like this. We're just like, oh, now you do have like this thing, and then something happens in the things like in the court, and then have to review whatever the shits. So yeah, I know you feel, Jelly. Put the rope down. You don't have to do this. Takes months to get in court and can be really short case or a very long case. Yeah. Discovery, pre-trial conferences, pre-trial motions, setting a trial date, and then the trial. Yeah. But the way they present it, it looks like it just happens in a couple of days. But yeah. One of the lower issues of this show, but, you know, I thought it would be wise to at least point it out. Let's see, where were we? Oh yeah, we're in the courtroom now. And Titania's lawyer says, I want this case to be dismissed entirely. She owns the thing. We don't want to waste the court's time. And then we get a back and forth in the trial. I was shocked when that happened. So Mallory says that there are no issues of fact here that would require proceeding to trial. Since the first public appearance, the public has been identifying Jennifer as She-Hulk, and the name wasn't even recorded at all until the debut of her persona. And here's the even crazier thing. She goes on and is like, here, I even prepared a number of news items and broadcast quotes that will be entered into record. She prepared for the trial. Can you believe it? People prepare for a trial in the show. That's absolute mind-blowing. We don't just teleport someone in. It's like, here, I have these things prepared. I would like to put them into record, so we have them. She's like an actual lawyer, as Walpole said. I was like, oh my god, can we hire her? Can she be the head of the law division? She's actually doing her work. Then she goes on and says that the defendant is exploiting goodwill towards Jennifer and her better-known cousin in order to sell her non-FDA-approved sham products. And then asks the court to go on with the trial and order requested remedies or something along those lines. Then Titania is annoyed, like, sham product? Why don't you ask all my thousands of fans who had amazing results with this product, which I happen to have a sample of, and put it to evidence? And the judge's like, we don't need this. And then the defendants claim that she was only interested in that She-Hulk was only interested in the name after the product became successful, and goes on to show a clip of a news report. Those guys are prepared as well. They show counter evidence and more evidence. It's it's like an actual law show on a very, very basic level. But goddamn, this could be the basis of where you could lie your cases upon. Just like basic back and forth. It's really simple. But I was like, I actually didn't pause during this whole thing because I was like, oh, what are they doing next? And if you already get me with this little stuff, where I'm impressed that you do the minimum of a back and forth trial. Imagine if you would have like an actual 20-minute thing in a courtroom where they go back and forth and prepare their stuff, and they bring their case, and the other one brings their case, and then you have to come up with counter arguments. Why are we wasting this? Man, it's so frustrating. I need to watch Daredevil. I kind of have to. I want to watch that good shit because there seems to be really good stuff in there. So, yeah. So the defendant claims that he only took the name after the product becomes successful, as I said, and then goes on to show a clip of one of the news reports that happened in the show. And we see that Jen refuses to answer to the name She-Hulk and even calls it straight garbage. And then the judge goes, anything else on that? And Books answers with another clip that shows Jennifer's interview that we saw earlier in the season that she agreed to, where she says, well, if I like it or not, I will forever be known as She-Hulk. So they both have things there where they could base their case upon. It's like, nice. You did a thing. I'm proud of you, show. And then the judge asks, is there evidence of a pattern of Miss Walter's personal use of the name? And Brooke says, yep, we have more clips and everything. You can review those in the future. And yeah, there we go. Me, without having anything to go on by, if any of this makes like sense in like an actual law thingy, it all sounded pretty reasonable to me from what they've shown. So they now actually have a base they can put a trial upon. So this is, I think this is actually really impressive for these shows and these writers. And while I said this, Snakes put this quote in. And one thing that we all realized very slowly was none of us are adept at writing, rousing trial scenes. So that we get something like this is already, good job. Good job. Yeah, there were kernels of correct procedure in this third. Exactly. So yeah, definitely the least cringe courtroom scene. It also just didn't explode into a dumbass skit. I think the only funny bit they put in there was Titania go like, well, I have a sample of my thingamajiggy. I would like to put this in as evidence. And for some reason, her lawyer was taking pictures of her for like her Instagram or something, I guess. And she had like all these products on her desk. I don't know if those were supposed to be evidence of the She-Hulk stuff or whatever. But yeah. This is as good as it's gonna get, though. Now we're just gonna go further on that, because now we go to check out the what's his face? I think Luke. I think they just call him Luke. Is like the superhero tailor person. So yeah, there he basically finds out that she isn't actually an Avenger, because Nikki says, well, she's supposed to be an Avenger soon. It's like, well, you said she is one. It's like, oh, it's gonna be soon because it's the deal stuff and paperwork. It's like, hey, by the way, this is Hulk's cousin. He's like, by blood? It's like, yeah, she's gonna be a super mega star. And he's like, her? And she kind of just shits on her or something. And at some point, she says that we need a suit that fits her normal size and their Hulk body size. And Nikki tells her, like, can you show him? And then she turns back to Jennifer, back to She-Hulk, and he's like, oh, that's interesting. And he agrees to make the suit, whatever that's gonna be. Because he gets all excited and tells one of the workers, like, to order a bunch of the stretch wool. And he says, we need a lot of fabric. And he gets really aroused by that for some reason. And I don't know why. It's really weird. So now we're back at the office. We see that one of her dates from the last episode, the weird one who called her a specimen. I was like, oh no, it's this gross guy from the dates I had, something. And then they talk to each other and it's like awkward. And he's like, oh, I'm one of the biggest clients here. It's like, oh, that's handy that you're here, a big client, whatever. And he says, oh man, we should reconnect sometime. She's like, yeah, totally. Ha ha ha. And he's like, well, drinks are on me. And then he just does like a little touch to Mallory. He's like, he's my favorite lawyer person. And she just says like, no touching. Yeah, that's it. That just prompts them during lunch to talk about this. Because they sit outside a bench for lunch and Nikki and Jen talk to each other. And then Jennifer realizes like, hey, if I parade all my dates from the last episode from the courtroom, that would be a clear pattern of me using the She-Hulk persona. It's gonna be embarrassing, but this is how we'll win the case. It's like, okay. Is that it? Now there's something where I was just wondering myself how this would go. But obviously in the show they're just like, they're gonna go, they tell all their things, and it's like, okay, you win the case. That's all that's gonna happen. Well, I was thinking, okay, Is this actually going to work though? Because the dates have been a day before she got the lawsuit by Titania, or Titania's company. So that all happened when the trademark was already in effect. But then again, she wasn't aware of it at the time. And she made the profile maybe a couple of days prior. So I don't know how plausible this is. See, I would be really interested to know how this would work out on a legal basis here. It's like, oh, like give me just feed me a couple of lines from someone who is actually knowledgeable, you know? Because I would, this is interesting because the trademark was already in effect. Because when we see them, the show starts with the products already being sold for a while, apparently. So I don't even know how much time has passed here. But then again, there's also a difference. That's the only thing I really know. There's a difference between disputing a trademark or invalidating a trademark. So what they probably want to do here is invalidating a trademark because of reasons, I guess. I don't really know what the proper reasons would be here. I guess she's already been known in the public eye by this and can do something. See, I would need someone who actually has any idea about this, you know? But they're just like, oh, if I do this, this is going to work, and it's going to work in the show. But we're not even going to talk about how this one is going to work out time-wise if they do an invalidation case. Which I kind of have to, because the trademark is already in effect when she gets the lawsuit. So yeah, that's just things that go through my brain when I see this. It just makes me sad that apparently the writers don't think about that kind of stuff. Because I think that's really interesting stuff. But I think they just don't have any confidence in their audience of caring about that kind of stuff, you know? Just like, we think of this. Oh, this is gonna work, and then it works. Like, oh, but what about all these things that have to go in there? It's like, no, fuck that. Eat shit. Like, God damn it. Yeah, again, I have I don't even have any idea how much time passed. It always feels like all these things happen back to back, and could be a week, could be a couple of days. I don't know. Would be nice to know. It's definitely not going to be months. I don't think so. So yeah. And that's exactly what's going to happen. I already said it. All these dates show up. They talk about her. It's like, oh, did you date her as She-Hulk? Yes. Do we do this? And then they sort of all that character stuff. This one guy is like kind of awkward. And be like, hey, sup, I'm strong, and she's talked about herself, and I'm so cool, like the lift guy, and then you have the rider guy. It's like the same people. They kind of have their little character traits, I dare call them. And then we have the hot guy. He's like, oh yeah, we had a great day. It was it was awesome. And the kicker here is like, oh, would you have dated her if she would have been Jennifer Walters? Like, not to offend, but no, she wouldn't have been my type. It's like, oh, that's very truthful. Also, I'm actually shocked you got here because you got catfished hard. You seem to be a really cool guy. You seem to be really chill. But yeah. Oh, there's also this one point where they go through her matcher profile, where she has her picture of She-Hulk in there and presented herself as such, and has like embarrassing stuff in those where in her about section, it's like, oh, what am I looking for? Sturdy back and a reinforced king size bed. JK, JK, JK. It's like, okay, yeah. And that's the case. That the judge is like, okay, you win. GG, you did it. It's like, oh, we no back and forth. The defendants have nothing, absolutely nothing. We get nothing. which was such a letdown because I was kind of excited to see the next courtroom scene after the first one because like, oh shit, we got something going on here. I like it. And then Stone Cold's beer cooler. That's a great name. Oh, wait, you've been here before though. I remember the name. It's been a while. I forgot how funny that name is. I like that a lot. Stone Cold's beer. That's great. That's great. I had to mention that. um, um, but yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. The only other thing we get is Titania going up to her and says, "This isn't over, hater." She says hater, because she's a super influencer, so she has haters. Yeah, was lame. Was lame. I like the direction the first one was going, way better, and here's just like again. I figured this one thing out. I tried and it worked perfectly. Oh, that's very exciting. Um, yeah, then Mallory tells her there's what this attractive man said in there. You can do better. You deserve better. I was like, no, fuck that. You tricked him. I'm not gonna sympathize with you. You catfished all those people, and now you're trying to make me feel sympathetic towards you because they're like, I wanna date the person I didn't think would be there. It's like, okay, fucking dumb. Then she's like, hey, let's go. Can I get you some drinks as a thanks? And she's like, yeah, we can do this. And Jennifer is very excited. And Mallory says, man, I can't. I don't any lawyer that would throw himself under the bus like this to win a case. He's like, well, you can always be counted on to throw herself under the bus. And she says, this is why Holloway pays her the medium bucks. And I'm sitting here, it's like, aren't you the head of this division? And haven't you established already that you make more money than ever before or something? Am I imagining this? Isn't this what has been established in episode 2? It's like, oh, making more money now. Look at this nice office building I have. It's like, what? I think you're probably making a banger living. I don't know, man. I just don't believe you. I don't know why you're so upset. The media bugs. You're the head of division. You're probably up there with some of the big bugs. I don't know if this is like the whole split earnings or split earnings. No, whatever. Whatever. It's just so out of left field because they already said she makes more money and can easily replace her clothes, which she actually never does. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna have some more Dr. Pepper. There, got a small little tasty drink moan in between. But yeah, then Mallory says that he never had to prove his value to a parade of underwhelming men. It's like, okay. They complain how hard they have it, and people on the internet think they're better or could do better, even though they have literal superpowers. And even with powers, those ones were the best she could get. Talking about all the ones she catfished. This is the only one I could get, and I have superpowers and stuff. Man, we have it so bad. It's like, I'm sorry, I just can't sympathize with that right now. You're not very nice. I don't know. Also, I'm sorry that your matcher app doesn't work like it should. But I don't know, man. I don't know. You're making it really hard for me to sympathize with these people, especially with Jen. Whatever. And then Jennifer's cringe like, oh man, I'm sorry we're friends now. And then Mallory finishes her drink, thanks her for it, and asks, hey, didn't you mean to get new clothes? And then she looks at the camera. Oh yeah, my clothes. Nice little burp in between. And then she goes to the suit guy, and she gets like her tailored suit. We only see like the over jacket on it, and she goes into the rooms like, you can try it on. And he also says, I made you a little something extra. I'm guessing it's going to be like the actual She-Hulk suit, because it's like completely covered up. But yeah, we don't get to see the suit at all. And then Luke goes around and is like, oh, you weren't supposed to put this here. Don't you have any secrecy going on? And we get the Daredevil tease. And I bet Fringy is puking in his sleep right now. Oh, man. She burped into the camera? I wish. That would be funny as shit. Also, I'm a little bit confused by the yellow. Wasn't Daredevil red? Or is this just a different version? I just don't know. I had that color for the helmet. Did he ever have yellow in anything? I only ever known him as red. So I legit have no clue. In earlier comic iteration, he had yellow. Okay. Original comic costume. Ah, I see. Because I've never seen a yellow one. That was completely new to me. Gotcha. And that's the episode. We get the thing and rolling the credits. That's it. We don't get to see the suit. We don't get to see if she got anything else. There's not even an after credit scene this time. That's it. That's GG. No end credit scene. Progress. No, really, what happened in the episode? She somehow got rid of the trademark, and she bought a suit. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It feels like a filler episode. It really does feel like a filler episode. And then a little tease at the end. Yeah, that's trademarktism, suit, Daredevil. No twerking, nature is healing. Oh man, I should have wasn't a Batwoman season 4 script that Marvel bought. I maybe. Trademarks are basically permanent as long as it's being used. Yeah, but there's something as like invalidating a trademark. I talked about it earlier. That is a thing you can do, but I don't know the specifics. I'm the man without fear. Really? In that outfit? What? It's literally yellow, my dude. It is? I was waiting for I'm a woman music in the courtroom after the win. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty meh episode. Not as densely packed with poopy. Yeah. Did you talk about Drinker's tweet? No, I don't even know what it is. Do I even want to know? Do I care? Probably not. Let's see. Apparently She-Hulk was supposed to release before Ms. Marvel, but the first cut was so monumentally shit that they had to swap them around to allow for emergency reshoots. Think about that. What we're seeing now is the improved version? What? Oh no. Oh God, why have we been forsaken like this? If that's true, that is so bad. That is insanity. Like that Mubshley just tweeted below it, dear Lord. Fuck me, dude. I believe it. I mean, they just canceled Was it Batgirl? Yeah, Batgirl. Man. Crazy, insane. I mean, it's just the state of Disney Marvel right now. It's just absolute sludgeroony. El cringo. Oh man. You guys actually joked about that yesterday. Yeah, right. People paid and were paid millions of dollars for this, yeah. Dude, one more show, please, bro, I swear. Just one more. Just one. I'm not addicted. I swear, just one more and everything will be fine. It'll be good this time, I promise. Just one more. Just one. Please. Oh, I had to get the stallion lady. Yeah. I already forgot her name. Megan the Stallion, I think that was the name. My God. Absolute state of this. Yeah. That was a pretty meh episode, as I said. Megan the horse. Matt, I'll have to tell you something. Well, go on right ahead. Are you telling me... I thought I could come up with something funny on the spot, but I failed. Right, I think there were a couple of super chats. Let's read those bad boys, shall we? Yeah. Oh wait, that's the wrong window. Better viewer syndrome. This time it'll be good. It won't hurt me like before. Like apparently that Hot D is like the best one of the bunch right now, and that's the one I had like no interest in watching. And now I'm so far behind that I don't even have the time to catch up on that. Kinda wish I would have put it in my rotation. That would have meant 3 forges a week, but you can't win them all, right? You can't win them all. Wait, what was I doing? Oh, right, I wanted to look at super chats. Which you can send me. I have them activated. I don't know if I ever promote these things enough, so you can send me super chats if you want. They're very much appreciated. Thank you very much. That's it. I'm not hype enough for this kind of shit. I'm sorry. Let's see. Time to learn what horrifically immoral and or incompetent thing Jen has done this week. You know what? It was actually she didn't do anything incompetent. It was fine. It's kind of it's kind of awkward to think that the best courtroom scene did not have her as a lawyer. She was a client, so she wasn't involved in not directly involved in the trial. So that's kind of awkward. Jaelong reminded me that Megan destroyed a man's career by lying about him shooting her when it was just a piece of glass. So yeah, it's kind of wrong to put her in that episode. Oh, really? Like in real life, that's what happened? That's awkward. That is really awkward. Metal, where's your plushie? Doesn't exist. I'm sorry. Yeah, you need to. I see some people wondering where a plushie is, but the way I see it, I don't have nearly the size of the other 3 guys' people, the Ep.5 lads. So I'm not convinced I would be able to even get to 200 thingies. So that's that's something for when I'm actually getting a bit larger. Then I'll start thinking about that kind of stuff. But that is nothing I'm looking for. Hey, Sini, what's up, man? I'll buy 20 plushies and put it in a jar. No. That we need to indoctrinate more followers. Always, all the time. I didn't mention it. I'm getting pretty close to 3,000 subs here on this channel now. So this is This has actually been growth happening. It's really exciting. So thanks everyone for subscribbling. We won't get larger if you keep eating and exercising. We'll have another fairly small mean on average person, and you'll get larger. Oh no. Advertise it as bearded pink peepee. Oh no. Almost time for Dark Souls 2. If I combine all the followers and subs. Let's see. Super massive games. Is that a coincidence? 3K hot tub stream incoming. I've been sitting in a hot tub every Forge so far. You just don't know about it. It can be pretty consistent. I'm sure algorithm doesn't hate you. Hooray! That's good. But yeah, super massive games. That's actually pretty funny. That's the name. I called this episode 50 being on Dead Space 3. Wait, you can't just call dips on episodes. Episode 50 is probably going to be... Hang on, we did She-Hulk 46, Rings of Power 47, She-Hulk 48, Rings of Power 49. She-Hulk is gonna be episode 50. Anniversary She-Hulk, let's go! 50-hour episode. Oh no. Just like wallowing in the sludge. Hey, I need to get on these current content trends if I want growth to happen. Going for a quality episode 50, I see. Hell yeah. It's gonna be the friends of the 2020s. You have 2 super massive games to play this year. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna play both of them or just one. And then maybe when I'm going to visit at the end of the year, maybe we play another one when I'm over. I don't know. We haven't really planned this out yet. Because that stream is probably just going to fit in wherever no recordings are going to happen. We're just kind of setting up more stuff for that. But yeah, there you go. We did it. That was fun. That was fun-tisms. Thank you very much for the super chats. Thank you for hanging out. How do you say you do subscribe and hit the bell? I just can't say it. I don't know. I think it's cringe to say for some reason. I don't know. I just can't do it. I'm just very bad at promoting. Promoting? Yeah, I can't even talk right. So what am I even doing? But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Thanks for subscriptions and super chats. I'll catch you all tomorrow for Rings of Power. Thank you, Boodle. Fun stream. Hey, thanks, man. And I'll catch you around.